Hey guys, it's Seb Voth from eThereLIVE, the streaming division of Soundbox Productions, and today I'm answering questions about streaming live events. What kind of events can you stream? You can stream almost any different type of event, from a sporting event to e-gaming tournaments to conferences to educational events. If you can point a camera and record it, you can also live stream it. So at eThereLIVE, we usually split things up into a few categories. Sports and all those things, and entertainment events are kind of in one category. And then we kind of split conferences into networking or learning events or educational events. From there, you can decide the best kind of way to include your audience. If you just want to, do the standard broadcast way where you have the sporting event streaming out to YouTube and people can tune in and watch the sport. That's an easy way to do things. You can also do hybrid methods where you are allowing people to interact with the live audience or the live person on stage through a stream. So it really just depends on what your needs are for the event, and we can usually put something together to make it live online. What do I do with my hands, eyes, and expression? When you're on a live stream or on camera or on stage, everyone kind of feels the same way and asks the same questions. Do I look weird? Where should I put my hands? The short answer to the question, do I look weird, is yes, but everyone does. Don't let it eat at you. The best thing to do in my experience is to let your hands kind of naturally fall. If you talk with your hands like I do, you just do what you do. Be confident in your movements. Another piece of advice I can offer is wear an outfit that makes you feel confident. Wear a pair of shoes that makes you feel confident. And it'll just allow you to own the stage and really take control. When you're confident, when you're in control on camera, on live stream, on a stage, everyone sees that and the event just elevates to new levels and just brings up the production value. How is streaming different from a TV broadcast? TV broadcasts are usually for larger audiences and they're broadcast over satellite to a box that sits under your TV. When we're streaming through the internet, that is where streaming differs. So when you use a streaming platform like Vimeo, like YouTube, there's so many different brands and things and ways to stream across the internet. TV broadcast has its place. Lots of big, large sporting organizations use it, but lots of things are moving towards streaming. Lots of amateur or even more professional sports are moving towards different platforms where more of an audience has access. So the main difference between TV broadcast and a stream is more people have access to just start streaming on YouTube or Twitch, and less people have access to a professional broadcast satellite system. What's the worst that can happen? When it comes to live streaming, the worst thing that can happen is your internet completely cuts out, taking down your live stream. Luckily, technology has improved exponentially from the 2000s, and the internet doesn't require you to dial up to access it anymore for most people. And if you work with us, we have a backup LTE modem, which is wireless hardlined internet coming from a cell signal that we put on every live event, just in case the internet at the venue or the internet in our own office for some reason goes out because it's unpredictable. We have a backup system in place. And sometimes it doesn't help if you're streaming from home and your kids are taking up bandwidth watching Netflix. So if you can ask them to stop and pause their show for a minute while you stream, that's an ideal situation. How many cameras will you need for my event? In some cases, a single camera will work great. It's going to capture the podium or whatever stage or virtual camera or wherever you are streaming your event. It's going to work great. It's going to do the job. At eThereLIVE, we like to elevate the show, bring higher production value if we can. So we always recommend to have at least 2 or even 3 cameras. In the show, it'll allow for the director to cut to different options, cut to different angles, close-ups, wide shots, show the room. You've seen multi-camera a lot in sports, and it can be used in sports, and it's majority of the time used in sporting events. But we also like to bring that into the corporate world to allow just for that higher entertainment, higher production value for your event. What should I do if something goes wrong? The main thing to do if something goes wrong in your production or your live stream, do not panic. We have backup internet, we have backups. We have created 2 amazing streaming rigs that we use on productions daily, and they have UPSs with backup batteries in them. So if you lose power at the venue, we can still stream for hours. For some reason, if you're sharing a presentation or PowerPoint virtually and you can't screen share on Zoom, don't panic. We usually bring in backups of your presentations through our own switching system, so you don't even have to share your screen. There's tons of different options that we've set up prior to, in rehearsal, before your event even started, that allows us to kind of dodge those unpredictable moments when technology can go wrong. What are some things I should discuss before we stream a live event? Before we get started in the streaming process or in planning an event in the pre-production stages, before we get into the details of the creative and the look and feel of the event, I like to ask a couple of questions that kind of allow us to figure out what you're actually looking for and what you need from us. The first question is this a hybrid event with a remote audience, or is this just a remote audience? Where is your audience going to be, and where do you want this to stream to? Those are some kind of key questions that need to be answered right off the top. And the second question is this event for educational purposes, for networking purposes, or is it for entertainment? And then how do I elevate and learn from my last event? At eThereLIVE, we really like to push boundaries and make events bigger and better than they were the last year, or continue to grow the event slowly, however that works for you. So asking this question, how do I elevate my event from last year? Let's talk about what we can do to really bring up the production value, bring some more cameras in, add some graphics, add something that really just packs a punch that you wouldn't have thought of or maybe wouldn't have wanted to do in past years. Where are you going to set up? We're probably going to set up all of our tech and our streaming rigs at the tech table. That's usually near the back of the room. If it's in a conference center, it's in the one corner of the back of the room. There's lots of options of where we can set up. But with remote technology, we can kind of set up almost anywhere now. We can be in our Hamilton office and work with people in the Niagara region or Toronto. We don't really have to be on location anymore. There's lots of possibilities. And we can set up so that we have green screen studios and virtual worlds, so we can put you in your event anywhere you want. So there's lots of possibilities, and with technology expanding and growing as it has been in the past couple of years, the options are almost unlimited. Can I provide input once the event has started? Yes, the answer is yes, you can help us craft the look and feel of the show, suggest camera angles to cut to, but all that being said, we usually do a rehearsal of the show before we even get to show day to give you those options and suggestions before we even walk out on stage. When you start to see the blinking live red light, when it comes to graphics and designing and editing the video content, we prefer to be done those things and have them prepped way before, weeks before the show actually is supposed to go live. And we walk you through that process. When it gets to last minute stuff and it starts to come in, that's fine. I always say it's better to, have one missing PowerPoint presentation or one small detail that has to be added the day of than like 5 or 6. Moving away from having things come in last minute is ideal, but we get it. It happens and we can work with it. What is a live stream director responsible for during an event? The director is responsible for selecting which camera, slideshow, graphic, video element is on screen at any given time, whether it be on a small projector in a conference room or on TV during the NBA Finals. Anything that you're seeing on the screen, the director is choosing to put it there. You're also walking the camera team through capturing what moment. So you're saying over the intercom to the camera operators, you're saying, hey, I need, this fighter in this corner, or this fighter in the red corner, or this fighter in the blue corner. I need the close-up of them, or I need a wide shot of this. You're walking them through the steps so that you get the best show that you want. I hope we've answered a bunch of your questions about live streaming, but if you still have more questions, feel free to leave a comment below, and thank you for watching. And we can do that all right here at the Hamilton Convention Center. Yeah, I don't know where it's going with that. I just winked at the camera. I'm lost.